Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC.
A weekly podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss all things Wrexham.
So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in.
Hello and welcome back to episode 160 of Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC. How are you all doing? Hope you're all well. Another week done.
I know, it's the worst week though, isn't it? The one where you come back from holiday and you go back to work. It always seems a long week anyway, but it's done now. Just 51 weeks until we get to go on holiday again. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a tough week. But the football's back. So,
it was brilliant yesterday watching, even though it was just a friendly, it was quite nice to watch the team play.
Yeah, it was, and League One, League Two kicked off, so that's all going again. So it just feels like the football's back now, doesn't it? So it was...
It's our first away game on Saturday.
I know.
Hence why we're rocking the shirts.
Yeah, so Siân's got the home shirt on. I bought the new third shirt that come out this week.
He's got all three.
I have got all three.
Yeah,
you know what are you going to do?
Just like bankrolling,
I really like it. I really like the new shirt, the third one. It's obviously. It's like an homage to Patagonia and all the Welsh speakers out in Patagonia who went. I think it's the 160th anniversary of settlers, Welsh settlers in Patagonia, which is why they decided to do it. We did talk a couple of months ago about. So they wanted to do a specific. We knew we had some inside info that they wanted to do this reveal of the kit where they were, and it was supposed to be the home one originally, where they had a choir singing Unveiled, and I think I mentioned they were going to do like a Superman sort of style reveal where they whipped robes off, and basically what happened, the shirts never turned up, so they weren't able to do it, but they obviously did it for this one, so the reveal of this one was that exact thing. So I sort of remained tight-lipped about that because, well, I didn't really. I sort of spilled it all out a couple of months ago, didn't I? But there we go. I love it. I think the detail of the little Welsh dragons in the blue stripes, I think it's been a little bit divisive. I think some people have gone, oh, no, I think we should stay away from blue. I like it.
I love it.
I think it looks great.
I prefer this shirt to the yellow one. I don't know. I'm not keen on the yellow one.
Okay. Yeah. I maybe agree with you on that one. I really like it. I love it. I think it's brilliant. But anyway, what's coming up on this week's show, Siân?
So, we've got some more transfer news. We've got changes to purchasing home tickets.
Oof.
I don't know whether this is just going to be whilst they're building the new stand or whether this is actually a permanent thing now, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We talk about our first away game of the season.
First game of the season, yeah.
Which we're going to, which we're very excited about.
Yeah.
Ground improvements that have been made since we last had an episode. And the quiz.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're going to do what we promised last week is that we were going to do our starting 11. So me and Siân have both done a separate. So Siân's done her 11, I've done my 11, and we'll talk about them a little bit later in the show. So that's exciting to see what you've done. What absolute monstrosity you've put together. No, I'm joking. So let's talk about new signing. I think this is the one that Josh Windass, great. Lewis O'Brien, great. They've all been really good signings. I've got no bad things to say about any of
And
them.
George Thomason, don't
George,
forget
yeah,
him.
and Danny Ward, and they've all been really good signings, and Liberato as well. I'm not knocking any of them. This is the one that really made me go, yes. This is the one that I felt. Obviously, I'm a bit more drawn to defenders than I am attacking players.
Why is that, Ryan?
Anyway, So, this was the one that I really felt was a real important signing, because I've been waiting for a centre-back because I felt like we really needed one. And I wanted a good one, and I wanted one with the right work ethic and the one that was really going to help to drag the team forward. And I got really excited because that's exactly what I felt that we got. Do you think that perhaps we have a bigger war chest than people think that we have? Because I know we haven't spent loads, but we'll talk a bit more about some other ones that have been mooted and what we've bid and stuff like that. And I think once you get to like the championship level, it's quite hard to keep transfers quiet anymore. A lot of more people are aware of what's going on. There's more agents involved. There's bigger money involved, and things get leaked to the media a lot more. Rumours aren't necessarily rumours so much anymore. They're sort of more facts about conversations that are going on. But do you think we have got a bit more money in the bank than people think?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Like we've brought on the Allen family, and I think that I think there's more.
The more in the coffers,
purse.
in the purse
than we realise, but. We watched the interview of Conor Coady.
Yeah.
And I said to you, didn't I? I said, this has to be, out of all the signings that they've had this summer, his interview has to be my most favourite.
Yeah.
Because it was, I'm not saying all the others weren't professional and all that kind of stuff, but you can tell that he is like media trained to like the highest level.
Yeah,
like, obviously he's played for the Premier League. The Premier League, so he, and there was an interview with him, kind of after a game, talking to.
Oh, the one I showed you.
Yeah, what's his
Jamie
name?
Carragher.
Oh yeah, I thought he was talking to somebody else, but James Carragher.
Jamie.
Whatever. Jamie. And he came across really personable.
Yeah.
And I kind of think he's going to be my new James McLean.
I've got to be honest.
It sickens me to say that, actually, but yeah.
I've got to be honest, right? I watched this interview. It's about 5-6 minutes long. By the end of it, I think I was standing on my feet ready to run through a wall for him. It's just everything about him was just like you were sitting there going, go on, lad. Yes.
And he sounded dead enthusiastic
everything. It was just like, come on,
yeah.
Yes. Where do I sign up? Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's such an important signing for me. Signed from Leicester for £2 million. He's 32 years old. He's not as old as people are sort of making out. A few rival fans. He started out at Liverpool. But the bulk of his career has been at Wolves. So for 8 years, between 2015 and 2023, made a few hundred appearances for them. Since that, he played for Everton and obviously Leicester as well, where we signed him from. He's got 10 caps for England, which is no mean feat. Captain?
Yeah. I said my new James McLean.
Yeah, I think... For me, if they did a fan vote for who the captain should be next season, after listening to everything he had to say, 100%, I couldn't see it being anybody else.
I mean, I love a Scouser anyway.
Yeah,
so he's not going to replace our original Scouser, Paul Mullen. He probably will actually. Well, he won't because they're playing different positions. But do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So. Yeah, just an amazing signing, I think, for me. I couldn't have hoped for anything better in that central defensive
exciting.
position. Will he start straight away? I don't know. As we know from the friendly, because there was 2 friendlies on Saturday, wasn't there? There was like a Wrexham 11, which was almost sort of like... I don't know how you describe it. Sort of like a B team and an A team playing, wasn't there?
Well,
So
players like Tom Kelly, who's just signed a professional contract, he played.
Well, there's some big players in there, and Conor Coady played in that one. So we know how Parky likes to operate. He likes to, bring players in, let them bed in for a little bit, and and see how it goes. Me personally, I'd throw him straight in.
Oh my God, 100%. I think we need to start off strong.
Yeah.
Southampton were relegated from the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should underestimate them as a team.
And God, no.
So,
I mean, it's frightening.
So, also as well, we've had a couple of other...
Any more signings, do
Well,
you think? Any more? Any more?
What? Shut up. One for me. Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, the Nathan Broadhead one.
Yeah.
He was seen at the Ipswich friendly.
He wasn't seen. He played.
He played. I know, but there was a picture of him on the pitch.
Yes,
just,
there
walking
was
around
on his phone.
So yeah. So is that rumour now? Is that something that can happen? They can go to a friendly with their current team and still come over to an opposing team.
Okay, so yes, the answer to that is yes, it could still happen. The likelihood of it happening is quite small.
Yeah.
I think we bid $7.5 million for him.
Christ.
And I think that was accepted initially. I think we've had a conversation, and I think we've agreed personal terms. Now, Kieran McKenna, who is Ipswich's manager, has seemed quite reluctant to, rubber stamp the deal and say that he's willing to let Nathan Broadhead go because he likes him, obviously, and he wants him to be a part of the squad. He took him... Normally, if something like this happened in pre-season and it was a done deal and it was happening... he probably wouldn't have travelled with the squad to their friendly. I think they played Auxerre in France. He wouldn't have travelled, I don't think.
It's purposes and stuff, that isn't it?
Yeah, it would nailed on. You're not going to risk a £7.5 million sort of payday. No, I'm not saying less than Ipswich need the money, but it's still £7.5 million that you're getting in, and you're putting that at risk by playing him in a friendly that isn't really benefiting you playing him. It just wouldn't happen. He just wouldn't be in the squad. So he was in the squad. Another player that they've got that plays in a similar position got injured in that game, and he ended up coming off the bench and playing. So now I think a few things have conspired against us in this deal. One, Kieran McKenna really wanted to keep hold of him and he wasn't happy about letting him go. And then to have an injury in that position, that he has now become more important to Ipswich than maybe he was a week ago.
Yeah.
So I think it's... I think it's quite unlikely. Let's put it like that's going to happen.
Blow?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him come in. Welsh international, really good player. I think it is a blow, but I would like to think that Parky has other irons in other fires. But obviously, I think Nathan Broadhead was number one choice, and that's that. It doesn't look like that's happening anymore. But bear in mind we do record on Sunday. This is coming out on a Monday. Something might have happened in between us recording and this coming out. We'll have to wait and see. I would. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on this one. I think it's probably dead in the water because of all the things I've just mentioned. But there is another one which apparently is a done deal, and we're just waiting for that one to be announced. So that one's Kefir Moore, striker, 6'5", Wales international. Possibly, I don't think there's anyone better in the Championship with their back to goal. It's very good at holding the ball up and bringing other people in. Does that brilliantly for Wales when he plays. Not technically Welsh, even though he does play for Wales. I think he was born in Torquay. I think he qualifies through grandparents or something like that. You know, that's how the international system works.
It's the grandparents on your maternal side, I think.
No, it doesn't matter. It's just grandparents.
It used to be, though, didn't it?
I'm not sure, but it's just your you qualify through your grandparents. You can do, or your parents, or. But yeah, look, it would be a good addition. Rumours are it's been agreed for £2 million from Sheffield United. We'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see on that one.
If it's parents, you could have played for Germany.
I couldn't have, no.
Well, your dad was born in Germany.
My dad was born in Germany, but he was born in a British Army base. So basically that's British soil. So he wasn't classified as being
Okay.
he wasn't classified as being born in Germany, because when you should know this, when you've got a British Army base, that army base becomes British soil. So my dad was born in Britain.
Okay.
Because even though it was in Berlin.
So, talking to Kefir Moore, yeah, I wish I hadn't said anything there. With Kefir Moore, how do you feel about it?
I like Kefir Moore, but
do you think he's for us?
Knowing Parky the way that I've seen him operate over the last couple of years, I think we've very much moved away from the whole big man, little man thing that we do.
Yep.
Although, if you're chasing a game or you're trying to defend a game and you need a striker to hold the ball up and you want to lob a few long balls up there and you need somebody big and strong who's going to hold the ball up and set up an attack for you, or equally if you're winning a game, the best way to see a game out is to defend from the front. So you need your striker, a big striker, to hold onto the ball and not let it come straight back at your defence all the time. So in that sort of scenarios, I brilliant signing. I think it just depends how Parky's going to develop and play. Is he someone that's going to play week in, week out? I genuinely don't know. I think it like I say, it depends on the style of play that Parky wants. I can see him having an important impact on the team. Whether it's as a starter, I genuinely don't know. I think you've got to see how everything plays out over the first couple of weeks of the season and see what style of player we're using. Are we out of our depth in the Championship? So we need a few more of them long balls up to the front to hold it up and frustrate teams. Or have the signings we've made put us, in a much better position that we can actually get the ball down and play a little bit of football and and take it to teams and put teams under the cosh. I don't know. It's an almost an impossible question without seeing what unfolds over the first couple of weeks of the season, I think, for me. It's just a bit of a
anticlimax. I don't really know what to think, to be honest. Obviously, I've seen him play for Wales.
Yeah.
That name was quite unusual. Kefir Moore is quite an unusual name.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah, As all of the signings that we've had, I mean, Kefir Moore hasn't even officially signed with us yet, so this could be just pie in the sky. Obviously, we've heard that it's it is a done deal, but until the club announce it,
well, Nathan Broadhead was a done deal,
exactly,
and look what's happened there. So you just don't know what.
It's
happens.
like buying a house, isn't it? You get to you can get your mortgage and all that kind of stuff, and you sign the papers,
and then you get gazumped,
and then you're back to square one. So it'll be interesting to see what else Parky has up his little sleeves.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. But it is interesting. It is exciting. I'm not going to deny it. It is exciting at the moment to see what's
Sorry, I just have to mention Josh Windass.
Yes.
Somebody in work showed me a video.
Yeah.
I don't know what team he was playing for, but he literally got a goal by hoofing it from his I think it was either just inside or just outside his own half.
It was for Sheffield Wednesday, that was.
Yeah, no, I mean who he was playing against.
I don't know. Yeah, keeper massively off his line and he just hit it. Yeah,
it was quite special. And
you were dying to shoehorn that into this episode,
I was.
weren't you? Because you were really impressed by it, weren't you?
I was so impressed.
Oh yeah. Look, let's talk about the ticketing,
Ugh.
the changes to ticketing. So.
No changes to the away ticketing system.
No, which we were quite happy about, actually, because I think if you bring in a points-based system for away ticketing, I think I'd quite fancy us to be all right. We've been to quite a few away games, not as many as some others, but...
Luke Saunders.
Yeah,
Every
as
home
an example.
An away game.
Yeah, but, so there are people out there who have definitely been to more away games than us, but there are so many people out there who've been to a lot less than us as well. We do get to as many aways as we can. So if they did bring in a points-based system, I'd fancy we'd be all right, and we'd be in that top 5 percentile, I think.
Yeah.
I would guess so. So that's fastest finger first, as it has been for the last few years, and I've got fast fingers, and we managed to get Southampton tickets. Mrs. So we got Southampton tickets. Really happy about that. I'm a bit nervous about it. Not so much the game. It's just that I'll be up at 4:30 in the morning on the Friday, and then I'll work a full day, and then straight from work, picking you up, picking our son up, and then driving 4.5, 5 hours down to Southampton. And then you pretty much have some food, go to bed, get up, go to the game, and then drive 4.5 hours, 5 hours back.
We're going to have to share the driving, aren't we?
100% we are going to have to share the driving. Yes.
I would rather do the first part.
What's the first part?
I don't know.
Half an hour?
No. Well, how long is it? 4.5 hours?
Do you want to drive through Birmingham?
Have I done that before?
Absolutely not, no. Look, we'll see. We'll share it out a little bit, and we'll see how we go. But
although if we do share it, I won't let him sleep because I'll be cacking my pants because I've never ever driven down to Southampton before.
No,
So,
I know. Look, but so that basically the away ticketing has stayed the same for anybody who's wondering. So that's 70% of the tickets to season ticket holders, 30% to members. Any remaining then go on general sale.
No, they don't. Sorry, no, carry
on. Home tickets are changing.
This is where the controversy starts.
This is where the controversy has kicked in. Yes. So, home tickets are changing to a ballot system. So basically, every home game used to be the same way that the away games are. So it was
general
fastest finger first.
Yeah.
And it was a case of they're going on sale, get on there, quickest member to get them in their basket and pay for them, then you go into the game. There are people like your dad, for example, who did very well from that system last season.
He did.
Got lots of home tickets, went to lots of games. I know there are a lot of people in the same boat as your dad who pretty much, I've seen people online saying they went to pretty much every home game.
I think my dad went to pretty much every home game, actually.
Yeah, working on that premise of being in a going online at the right time and getting the tickets.
My daddy was very silly and didn't get a season ticket when we all got ours. Interesting point really, because not talking about your dad now, but there are a lot of people out there who obviously when season tickets were on sale weren't really in a position to buy a season ticket for one reason or another. My dad would have been though.
Yeah, so it was. So we've got lots of people in this scenario of having to go on a game-by-game basis and, completely understand that. Mm-hmm. I think the concern is, and I don't know enough about any sort of like retail law or consumer law or anything like that, but a lot of people sort of spouting out that they've missold the memberships.
Yes.
So I think one thing that was stated on the membership when they went on sale was that people would have access to priority tickets at all home games. Now, you could argue that that all of a sudden people are saying, well, I don't now because I'm just going into a lottery to get a ticket. Although you could argue, well, that is a priority because they're not going to anyone who isn't a member. So is that a priority, that it's now some sort of lottery, or is it not a priority?
I wouldn't have thought that the club would do anything like retail, whatever law, they wouldn't.
Seems problematic though, that, doesn't it?
It does seem problematic, but I'm sure
it does sort of feel like you've missold people of going, you get priority access to all home games. Now that sort of feels like that isn't the case. If I was in that position and I was a member, and they're going, right, buy a membership, and you will get access to tickets. So, I don't know. It just sort of feels like that isn't the case anymore. But maybe I'm not looking at it in the right way. I'd love to know what everyone thinks, because obviously I'm assuming this will also affect international fans. Would they have to go into the ballot? Because I haven't really seen anything about international.
Because they do have a section. I was talking to another guy in work who's got a season ticket in the Wrexham Lager stand.
Yeah.
And he's quite close to where all the international fans go. So there is like a section for international fans. And I'm assuming, I asked him, I said, if, because he said it's always packed full of Americans, Canadians, what have you. And I said, well, if those tickets don't sell, do they go on to general sale for other people? And he was like, I guess so.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So I feel like, I don't think there's like a separate, I'm assuming there is a separate pot for international fans.
I don't know. It hasn't really been discussed, if I'm honest. And I'm not sure what the scenario is with that. And I am struggling with whether this is fairer for everybody or whether it is unfair to the week in, week out attendees, if you get me. Because, yes, this makes it... I don't think anyone can deny this makes it sort of as fair can be with who's getting tickets. Everyone puts their name in a hat, they pull them out. Is that the fair?
I suppose you have to pay for you to put your name in the hat as well.
No, you don't. You don't have to pay to put your name in the hat. No. So if you go, you say you want to go, and then if your name's out, you buy the ticket. That's how it works.
Because I read somewhere that somebody had to pay £24 to go into the ballot.
That's probably the price of the ticket they were trying to buy, maybe. And then maybe if you're not successful in the ballot, you get the money back. Possibly. They're not going to be charging people to go into a ballot. 100% no. Okay. So yeah, I think this is a very much a football club versus business scenario, isn't it? Which every club is, because I think the difference is how you balance a football club versus because I think, I don't know, it's such a difficult one because, I've seen people screaming going, I went to every home game last season and I could potentially only go to 2 or 3 next season because they've decided to do a ballot. Whereas, people have been discussing point systems. Is that a fairer way to go as opposed to... But now the point system is basically dead in the water because you can't do a point system moving forward based on the fact of a lottery last season. So you can't give more points to someone who has been more successful in a lottery compared to somebody who hasn't. That can't work. So that's pretty much dead in the water. So I don't know. It's a difficult scenario. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think. Whether you think this is fairer, it's not fairer. I'd love to know what everyone thinks about it. So please comment if you're watching us on YouTube. Send us a message. Whatever it is, we'd love to know what everyone thinks. I think there's going to be a trend over the next couple of years anyway, where I think season ticket holders are going to be phased out. I think over time, I think there's a lot of clubs that are sort of investigating this option of getting rid of season ticket holders as a whole.
Yeah, but I don't get that.
I'll explain. Well, I can explain it to you really easy. It's about money. So I'm not talking about Wrexham specifically. I know Manchester United have been looking down this route. A few other Premier League clubs are looking at getting rid of season ticket holders completely. And the main reason for that is this is where the football club versus business sort of comes in. So if you've got a season ticket holder, let's take it us for example. Yeah, so our season ticket holder is our season ticket was £400 and something for the season. It works out just under £19 a game. Okay, now if you were to get rid of us and sell our ticket, that would be £26. Yeah, so if you get rid of scrappers and you do and you just pay as a general admission to a member, bearing in mind that member will also be paying £50 for their membership. By getting rid of all season ticket holders and making it members and you've got to buy your ticket, I think at Wrexham, as an example, you'd make an additional 1.8 million a season. So you can imagine that exponentially goes up for a club like Manchester United, who've got 70,000 seats, as opposed to our 10. Well, for 10,000 seats, the club are making just shy of 2 million by getting rid of season ticket holders, as an example. You can imagine how much that goes up and why clubs like Manchester United are looking at phasing out season ticket holders. So it's something to...
I hope not.
I hope not as well, but it's, it's that whole football club versus business sort of scenario, isn't it? Which is why I'm bringing it on.
Isn't our club all about the community?
Well,
I suppose that saying that, there's people who can't afford to buy season tickets but would like to come to the games. So maybe
then does that benefit the community as a whole by saying, well, you don't have to spend £450, you can just spend 50, and then you can buy the tickets that you want on a game by game basis. I don't know. It's something that we'll have to wait and see. But we'd love your opinions, so please let us know what you think.
It.
Definitely went off on a tangent on that, talking about something completely different than what we started. But yeah, I'm not sure with the whole home ticket ballot where I stand, really.
There are a few fuming fuming fans out there when they obviously released the news about the ballot for the home games.
Yeah, and I understand it, and I understand why they're really annoyed, because I've seen a few comments of people saying, look, we've been here for years and we've been going to games for years. We pulled the club out of the mire and we spent our own money saving it, and now we're in a position where where we are not able to go to games because you're balloting the tickets off as opposed to allowing the sort of regular fans to buy them. Will
get, this is not my opinion obviously, but you will get people saying, well, if you've been going to games blah 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 blah, why haven't you got yourself a season ticket, then you wouldn't be in this position. But
I've seen lots of that as well, yeah,
which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
because,
it is. Yeah, it is.
It's all about money at the end of the day, and some people don't have the disposable income to pay for season tickets. So that is a ridiculous thing to say, and that sort of thing shouldn't be allowed to be put on social media, because it's just...
That's the beauty of X, though, innit? Say what you want. So, it's a difficult one. And what I sort of hope is that we don't become a little bit of a tourist club, in the sense of we have become friends with lots of the American fan base who are there with us week in, week out, dedicated people. Yeah. When I talk about a tourist club, I'll give you an example. So Son Heung-min plays for Spurs. He still does at the moment. He's decided to leave, but the club have seen a huge influx of South Koreans come into one single game, completely uninterested in the game. They're just more interested in taking pictures of Son Heung-min when he comes close to them, and then they drift off 20 minutes before half-time, don't come back till 25 minutes after the second half's kicked off, take more pictures of Son Heung-min, and then they leave, and
That's it.
That's what I mean by a tourist club. I want, for all of the Americans, Australians, Canadians who are dedicated, I want them to come over and I want them to passionately support the club, because I think it's really, it's a great position for us to be in. But what I don't really want is people who aren't interested in the club, but they're just doing it for a little bit of YouTube content, or they're doing it because, wouldn't it be cool to go to Wrexham because we saw 2 episodes of the documentary? Or that's where I sort of feel like the atmosphere within the ground will suffer, because there's people there that aren't really there for the football. They're there for the tourist attraction that is
the Instagram pictures.
Yeah, the tourist attraction that is the racecourse.
To be fair, I think all the people that listen and watch and kind of listen to us and everything, I think we've been quite lucky, and I think they all are 100%.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Back the Wrexham team,
yeah.
And they. Yeah, but I do get where you're coming from. There will be people like that, but our listeners and viewers are the best.
Don't get me wrong. I know we've talked to lots of people, and the people who listen to us, and I know they're getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning to watch the games, and they're the sort of people. They're our people. They're the ones we want, and we, when they come over to games, we're always really welcoming. It's the others that we don't really want, who are just sort of drifting along for whatever, whatever. But
Should
anyway.
we move on, because we've spent a lot of time on that?
We did spend a lot of time on that. Ground update.
Yeah.
What have we got? Pitch is done.
Yeah. Oh, it looks beautiful.
It looks amazing.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I would like that as my garden, please, Ryan.
100% not happening. I'm not having some. Did you see the robot machine stitch?
I didn't know. I didn't watch that. I'll have to watch back and see that.
Fascinating. I never thought I'd be fascinated watching a machine stitch a pitch, but I was. It was fascinating. Really was.
I will
really.
have to have a watch of it.
New advertising boards are up. So the electronic advertising boards, they've gone up. There's a new fence behind the goal where the cop was. The temporary cop was. That's been painted black. Some of it's been taken down. People are thinking maybe that's for a big LED screen to go up. The new dugouts are taking shape. Look, it's all very exciting. The other thing that happened this week, Wrexham AFC posted saying that they have submitted a planning application to Wrexham City Borough Council for the installation of up to 2,250 further seats in the new cop stand. I think a few people got a bit confused about this. That doesn't mean that necessarily they are building them extra 2,250 straight away. That is the planning application. So they're going ahead with the 5,500. Planning has been approved for that. All done. They've put the new application in now so that they have that in their back pocket ready for when they want to increase it to the additional. So do
they not? Like circumstances and stuff can change. They don't want to do that for another, 5 years.
I don't know how long the planning application's approved for. As they're building, they might decide to go, how long will it take to put these extra 2,250? Can we just get on with it and do it now?
It's money though, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, and it's not just that, it's time as well. It's timing. We've made a commitment for this to be ready for a certain point. So if that's going to take an additional 2 months, 3 months, or whatever it might be, then the application is in now, so it is ready for when we decide to do that.
Yeah.
So there we go. Look, friendly.
Yeah.
Tired?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you what you thought of the game. What I'll do is I'll ask you, what did you think of the first half?
Yes, I fell asleep, everybody. I wasn't... I'm honest. Because it's a nothing sort of thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really watching it, and then I fell asleep.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it was boring.
No.
But I just, if it was an actual game and it was a game for points or whatever, then I would be fixated onto the screen. But because it was just a friendly...
She fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
Look,
thanks for bringing that up.
No
Throwing
worries.
me under the bus.
No worries. Look, it ended 3-1. We lost 3-1. Josh Windass scored a really good goal.
I did see that.
Yeah, she
I saw that. The one and only
good
goal.
volley. Few sort of like ropey goals that we gave away. Dan Scar's weird looping header over the top. Arthur didn't really come for it, and that one sort of was a bit like, oh god. I don't think it was any sort of like panic stations. It was a decent enough performance against a very good team. I've seen a lot of the Groningen sort of fans saying that was pretty much their starting 11, and they're in the top flight of Dutch football as well. They're no slouches. So, good team, young team, athletic, quick. So there absolutely no panic stations. I thought it was a decent performance. I saw enough to go, yeah, I'm all right. I'm comfortable. I like Lewis O'Brien. I like Ryan Hardy, Josh Windass. Kakache. I saw enough in that game to go, I think we're going to be okay. I wasn't worried that we'd lost or anything like that. I felt comfortable after watching it, I think. And I think they give Ryan and Rob a shirt. The club did. Groningen did. Yeah, they did. I saw them post it on social media. Yeah, so they want a reverse fixture next in pre-season next year. They want to come over and play at the racecourse, they said. So
finally get to have a friendly at home.
Maybe they'll be in Asia by then. So probably
maybe not. Yeah.
Look, we promised to do our starting 11. What we thought. So this isn't. Siân's going to go first. Ladies first, obviously, but in the absence of one of them, Siân can go.
I knew you were going to say that. You're so predictable.
So we've both done a starting 11. Now, this isn't the starting 11 that we believe is going to play against Southampton.
Because of injuries, and all that.
This is our, based on what we've seen, and in the transfer window, etc., etc., this is what we feel we would like to see on the pitch. Forget injuries, forget anything else. This is what we would like to see.
Ideal scenario.
Yes. Siân, you may go first. Who have you got in goal?
So, Okonkwo in goal.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Pretty much standard. I did ask ChatGPT. I always say this wrong. ChatGPT. That one. And they put Danny Ward in.
Well, it's an interesting point. You've gone for Arthur.
Yes.
Danny Ward. I think Arthur's the number one. Okay?
Yeah, I think.
And I think he will be and should be looking over his shoulder at what is coming up behind him, which is Danny Ward. I think he should be doing that. And I think that will make him a better player, if I'm completely honest. But you've gone for Arthur in this point.
Yes.
So your back three is...
Cleworth.
Yeah.
Coady.
Yeah.
And Brunt.
Okay, fair enough. And your two wing backs?
Right, Barnett.
Yeah.
Left,
Kakache. Yes. Your midfield pairing. So you've gone for a 5-3-2.
Yeah.
So you or a 5-2-1-2 if you want to go down that.
Yeah.
So your midfield pairing?
Rathbone and O'Brien.
Okay, and you've gone for an attacking midfielder, which one that I find quite interesting, but go on.
Lee.
You've gone for Elliot Lee as an attacking... Okay, no, look, there's nothing wrong with that. Not my choice, but yeah, okay. And what have you gone for up front?
I've gone for Windass and Smith.
Okay, right, so you've gone for Josh Windass as a striker. Okay.
I feel like you're going to throw me under the bus with this
I
lineup.
am absolutely not. There is nothing wrong with your team. There is nothing wrong with your team at all. Josh Windass can play as a striker. Nothing wrong with that. I haven't put him as a striker though. Okay, but I've done it slightly different to you. Shall we bring mine up and we'll see what's different? Okay. So my starting 11 is a Conquo in goal, same back three. I've gone Cleworth, Coady, Brunt. I've got Kakache on the left. Slightly different to you. I've gone for Longman on the right.
If I'm honest, and it's really bad, but I forgot about Longman.
So you just went Barnett. Okay.
No, I would have had Barnett in, but I forgot.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I've gone Longman on the right. Same midfield pairing from me. I've gone Rathbone and O'Brien. I've put Windass in the Elliot Lee position. So I put Windass as an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
Because I kind
of think that's more likely.
I think that's where he does his best work. If I'm completely honest, from what I've seen of him, but we'll wait and see. And up front, I've gone for Sam Smith and Ryan Hardy. Sam Smith, obviously recognised striker, as opposed to Windass, who I think might float a little bit. But I do think your scenario is quite likely, though, because I think what will happen is we'll do it slightly. Parky has flirted with a bit of a box midfield, and I think he might play Windass slightly in behind Ryan Hardy. That's what I think might happen. So I don't think Sam Smith will start at Southampton. But that was my 11 anyway. That's what I went for. I think we're quite similar. I think for the Southampton
lines and all that.
Yeah, I think I've got
Sorry, that's really annoying me. It's flashing.
What, the light?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to turn it off? Because
I've got to be honest. Somebody forgot to charge it, and that somebody is me.
If anything goes wrong with this podcast, it's always Ryan's fault.
Yeah, I know. Look, it is what it is.
It's flashing. Get over it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. 100%, yeah. But yeah, no, very similar. I think Matty James is going to start on Saturday in place of Ollie Rathbone. Can't see him being fit enough to start.
Yeah.
Parky loves Matty James, and I think we're going to see a Matty James, Lewis O'Brien pairing in the middle on Saturday. It'd be I am interested to see, because you can take a little bit from a friendly, but not necessarily a lot, because, there were players playing in that sort of like second string team on Saturday who I do very much feel are going to be part of the starting 11 on Saturday. So,
but I think there are a few, like Tom O'Connor. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be getting as much of a look in, because I think they're as horrible as it may, and this is something I would never thought I would say.
I wouldn't be too sure,
Really? Do you not think there's better players?
Yeah. No, I do. But Parky loves him.
So do I. I'm not saying I don't.
So we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm very excited to see how Parky sets up on Saturday. I'm really excited for that. Look, just a few other little bits of business. So Bryn Owen. You remember Bryn from the documentary, the goalkeeper? He signed a professional contract with the New Saints last week, so good luck to Bryn.
Yeah.
Jake Bickerstaff completed his loan move to Cheltenham, so he's teamed back up with Luke Young over there at Cheltenham. Another slightly strange thing that happened last week. We are now fully paid up members of the Phoenix Reds supporters group. I mean, I can't see us ever. I don't know if you meet up. So a guy messaged us, didn't he? Sent us an email asking us if we wanted to join. Weirdly, his name's Steve Irwin, and all I can think of when you say Steve Irwin,
have you got a crocodile?
Have you got any?
Yeah.
But anyway, but no, we're a member. I think you're about 5,000 miles away. So if there is any sort of meetups or anything, I'm gonna say it now. We're not coming.
Yeah.
But we are members. We're in. We're very excited to be in. Any other sort of Wrexham fans in the Phoenix area, let us know and we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up. We're in.
We'll pimp them out.
What?
I don't know.
We're paid up members. We'll get you in. We'll get you in. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll sort that, won't we?
Yeah.
We don't run it or anything, but we're just in it.
We don't run it. Steve Irwin runs it very well.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Oh my God, here we go.
Fantasy football. Fantasy EFL is back. We didn't mention it last week, which I'm a little bit gutted about, but we do have a league. There is, if you look on our social media, there's a code. There's a code down in the description of this video if you do want to join that league. We do have quite a few members who saw the social media post. But I think some that were in last season that aren't this season probably missed that. So have a look in the description.
Christian signed up.
He is, yeah. I don't know where. I only looked at the top 20 and I didn't see his name, so I don't know where he is.
You can guess that Ryan's on the list, can't you, Christian?
22nd he is. 22nd. Just saying. Like early days.
Pull your finger out, Christian.
Obviously early days, and a lot is going to change. A lot is going to change.
I'm sure you started off in this position last season, and then I
think I faded away. Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, if you do want to join our league, sign up to the Fantasy EFL, and you can put in our code, which is FHEOSZXK.
Is that going to come up on the screen as you're doing it?
I think it might, yes. Yeah, definitely. Currently in first is Nick. This is at time of recording. I do appreciate there is a game on Sunday, but we are recording before that. So the league, as it stands, Sunday morning was first Nick, second A. Wilcox. Again, please send us your names so we can read your names out on the podcast instead of me just saying, because it only shows me an initial and a surname. So A. Wilcox, who are you? Send us your name and I'll add that to the list. And I'm in third at the moment. Excited. I didn't have a player play either. So one of my strikers didn't play. So I had a good week. Decent week for me.
Jolly good.
Southampton.
So excited. So Southampton were founded in 1885.
We're playing them on Saturday. Come on, let's start this properly. On Saturday, 12:30 kickoff.
Or if you go to the club shop, it's 12:20 on the thing. Weirdly, on the outside.
Yeah, it says 12:20 on the club shop on the screen. I don't know why that.
12:30.
12:30 kickoff.
Because it was supposed to be 3, but they moved it to 12:30.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
which is a nightmare. Anyway, so we played them on Saturday. We are playing away. Excuse me. Sorry. We're playing away at St Mary's Stadium, which is about 210 miles away, which, traffic dependent, it's about 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Could be longer, but I can't see it being any shorter.
No.
They opened in 2001 at the St Mary's Stadium to replace the Dell. They've got a capacity of 32,384. This stadium is going to be immense, and I can't wait to go there. So they finished bottom of the Premier League last season on 22 points, which hence
12,
which is why they're obviously down in the Championship League. So they were 26 points from safety.
Which is massive. I mean, it's just ridiculous, really. They did not have a good season. But I think Siân mentioned this earlier. Do not underestimate. Just because they had a poor season last season in the Premier League, do not think that they are going to be, where we're on some sort of even playing field here. We will do well to get something out of this game. Very well. Okay.
They only won 2 games all season.
Don't laugh at it. Don't laugh at it.
I realised that could be us.
And that will come to bite us if you...
I'm not laughing.
Be Southampton fans clipping that up going, oh, we will wait and see how much you're laughing next week.
No, I think it's going to be a tough game next week. I'm nervous but excited.
Yeah, same.
So they spent 12 of the last 13 seasons in the Premier League, which obviously scares the whatever out of us because that's immense.
Yeah.
Last time we played them was in the League Cup in 1979. It was a 2-legged tie, which we lost 5-0 away and 3-0 at home.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Our last league game with them was 65 years ago in 1960, which we actually won 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think we've got any of the players that played in that game still playing for us, though, unfortunately.
No. So their local rivals are Portsmouth, and their manager is Will.
What are you laughing at?
Will Still.
His name is Will Still.
That's almost as funny as Will Self.
Honestly, I'm not going to go into it too much. Google Will Still's story because it is fascinating. He was very much he was obsessed with football tactics, and
As a kid?
Yeah, and he did an analysis of a game. He did like a really in-depth analysis and submitted it to a club. And the manager got to see it, and he was fascinated by it, and he hired him. And he's he's managed a few clubs over in France, I think, and Belgium, and now he's back in England. He is English.
So you don't need to Google it because Ryan's literally just told you the whole
No,
story.
there's more. There is more to it. It's a fascinating story. Honestly, you do want to you Google that because it is. Yeah, I liked it anyway.
So the nickname of the Saints, they play in red and white stripes.
Yes.
So down, that isn't it?
Stripes is down, hoops
Yes.
hoops across. Yeah.
Likely to play in a yellow shirt on Saturday.
I would say so. Yeah, I think that's the most likely is playing in yellow. Yeah.
They're currently second favourites to win the league at this moment in time.
Behind Ipswich, yeah.
Yeah, so we play them at home on the 6th of April, 2026.
Yeah, so long wait for the home game.
It's near the end of the season, that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very long wait.
We haven't done this for so long. Oh my God.
What?
I need to set up the prediction table.
Yeah, what is your prediction for Saturday, Siân?
Oh my God. I'm gonna go 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared to be like, Billy Big Balls and say, 4-0, 2-0. I could have gone 1-0, but I'm going to go 0-0, and I think that would be an amazing achievement.
100%. Look, if we can walk away
With at least
with a point on Saturday, that would be massive. Absolutely massive. And I think a lot of predictions that I've seen coming through have been sort of like 3-0, 4-0 to Southampton, and 3-1 I saw a couple of times. Look, if we can get a draw out of it, huge. Absolutely huge. I mean, beyond belief. I would be so happy with that. That being said, I'm going to go 2-1 Wrexham. Why not?
Do you know what?
Why not?
I think what we have to be, aware of is these are predictions that we feel, are not achievable.
Oh no, mine's complete pie in the sky.
Yeah, but what we would, our hopes and our dreams. So if we do our predictions and they are completely mental,
who cares?
Don't come for us. This is our opinion. We're not being we're not looking at tactics and all that kind of stuff. We're just saying this is what we hope would happen.
I'm just going for it.
Yeah.
I'm just going for it. I am so pumped up for this. And I think... You're
going to be running on,
adrenaline
because you're going to be so tired.
Yeah. Quick Red Bull in the morning and a quick pint at the ground. I can only have one because I've got to be driving home a few hours after that. Boo. Yeah, I'm just feeling it. I feel like we're on it. And I think that we're going to shock a lot of people. I think we're going to I think we're going to concede quite a few goals next season. I've got a funny feeling that our normal defensive prowess is going to be massively tested next year against some higher quality opposition. That being said, I think we're going to score some goals as well. And I think we're going to...
hope so.
I think we're going to upset quite a few people, and I think people are going to be taken aback by how good we actually are.
I think that's what happened in League One,
and I think Southampton are going to get a shock on Saturday. I mean, I might be driving back on Saturday afternoon after getting tonked 5-1, but I'm sticking with it, and I'm going for 2-1 Wrexham because why not? If we've come all this way, come on, let's have it. Let's have it. Let's go.
Come on.
Come on. Anyway, Look, if you do want to support the show, you can do so by buying us a coffee. You do that by visiting buymeacoffee.com/me-the-wife. Big thank you to Linda and also Karen and Mark this week. Karen said, welcome back. Good pod today. Sending you a few coffees. Mark had surgery. Bionic hip. So
I'm intrigued about
yes,
this because
yeah.
as you may or may not know, I'm on the waiting list for a hip replacement. I'm not quite sure it's going to be bionic. But
no, I want to know how bionic it is.
And I would be interested to kind of. I've obviously seen things the consultant has given me about like how it's done, but I'd be interested to hear it from somebody who's actually had it done.
Yeah, definitely. And he's in recovery, so get well soon, Mark.
Yes.
Hope to see you this season. Yes, love to see you again. Didn't really get a lot of time to spend with you.
I didn't at all.
Siân didn't at all, obviously.
The moral of that is always go with Ryan wherever he goes because he always
meet everybody.
He always seems to meet everybody and I don't.
And she said, "Come visit us in California."
Okay.
All right then. When? Next week?
See you next week.
We're doing it. Yeah, see you next week. Send your address, Karen. We'll be there. Look, if you want to get in touch with us, you can comment on this video on YouTube. If you're listening as a podcast, click contact the show at the bottom of the description. You've got all the social media stuff as well. Blue Sky X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or email us at methewifeandwrexhamafc@gmail.com.
Dragon Chat.
Yeah, Dragon Chat. It's a mental health peer support group, Siân. They run 2 weekly Zoom calls. One is on a Monday at 8 p.m, and that is for women. The other's on Thursday at 7 p.m, and that is for men. Best way to get on is if you go to the Wrexham AFC website, go to the communities tab, scroll down to health, and you'll find Dragon Chat in there. It's also in the description of this video, all the details of how to get on them calls. They also meet up in person in the Dragon Chat room at the Miners Rescue at 1 p.m. Before every Saturday home game, and also at 6:15 for the midweek games. Added that in this week because I found that out this week. Quiz. Jay got in touch. He said, welcome back. Just a quick note. I kind of like the quiz being true or false. It was a nice change of pace. So guess what I've done, Jay? I have done another one. I've done another true or false. It's nice and simple, so that's what I've done for this week. You ready?
When you say it's nice and simple, do you mean the construction of it or
the
questions?
The construction of it. Number one, what I've done, I've tried to change it up a little bit this week, where I've tried to go really easy and then taking it through to more difficult. Great. And I've tried to structure it that way. So question 1, bog standard.
It's like the 1% club.
Yeah, to sort of get... Question 1 is just to get your foot in. Okay, and then
That's a British programme, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Question 1. Conor Coady was born in Liverpool.
Oh, false. Oh, what?
Conor Coady was born in Liverpool. True or false?
Oh, I'm going to say true. Sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's false.
I was going to say false. Was he born in Torquay or something?
No, that's Kefir Moore.
Where was he born?
St Helens. Were you going to swear then?
I was going to say an expletive, yes.
Yeah, maybe not as easy as I thought it was. No, he wasn't born in Liverpool.
You put me off and you did that on purpose.
I sort of did, yes.
That's not fair.
Well, that's not my fault. Have conviction in your answer.
I hate you right now.
Question 2. Saturday's opponents, Groningen, have a culinary school at their ground.
True.
It is true. Yeah, they do have a culinary school at their ground. Question 3. Southampton have the record for the fastest ever Premier League goal.
False.
That's true. Shane Long scored in 7.69 seconds. They also have the fastest hat-trick record as well. Sadio Mane scored a hat-trick in, if you can guess this spot on, I will give you an extra point. So minutes and seconds. Well, you're not going to get it, but go on. For a hat trick.
2 minutes 20.
Ooh, not far off. 2 minutes 56 seconds. That's the fastest ever hat trick in the Premier League.
I think I should get half a point for that.
Absolutely not, no. Question 4. Josh Windass scored his first Wrexham goal on Saturday. He has a tattoo of the minute of one of his favourite goals on his hand. It reads 120 plus 3.
Sorry, what's the question? Oh, sorry.
It's true or false? My God.
I'm going to go false.
That's true.
Oh, Christ.
He scored.
So literally all of these are true?
No.
Bar one?
No, not at all. The first one was false. Yeah, because I can't just go true, false. Some weeks I've got to do 4 trues maybe, or 5 false, or what. You know, I can't just have you guessing based on how many we've had. I've got to mix it up. So, yeah, he's got 120 plus 3 tattooed on his hand because he scored in the 123rd minute of the playoff final for Sheffield Wednesday. And he said it was one of his favourite ever goals. So he got it tattooed on his hand.
What happens if he gets another goal that's like his even more favourite?
Got another hand, hasn't he?
Yeah, I suppose.
Number 5. Lewis O'Brien has the exact same tattoo on his right foot after he scored a last-minute winner in the FA Trophy final for Huddersfield.
False.
It is false, yes. It is false. So, how did you got... yes, you got 2. 2 out of 5 on that one. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I apologise if I've been a little overexcited this week because I think the football's back, isn't it? It's back. And
Match of the Day will be back on soon.
Yeah, but Match of the Day next week. Premier League kicks off. Please, join our. It's such good fun. Join our fantasy EFL league. There are a few people.
Fun.
It is such fun.
There
are a few people who were in last year that aren't in this year. I'll send them a direct message just to get them in because I know that they will join. But anyone else, you are all welcome. Like I said, the code is down in the description. But yeah, have a great week.
So just to interject, so obviously after this episode's aired on Monday, the next time you will see us is when we do our live prediction video and our pre. We'll be starting our pre-game.
We will be.
Whatever they're called. And then, so just look out for our YouTube.
Yeah, we'll do our game preview from St Mary's next week.
If you're watching on YouTube, click the bell.
Yes.
Because then you'll get notified when we go live.
This is such a shambles.
No, it's not. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, go over to YouTube and click the bell so you are aware as well.
Yeah, and you can watch us.
Live.
You can watch us outside St Mary's. We'll do a little preview video. We'll do all that. We'll take some photos at the ground, put that on social media. So head over and follow us on all the social media. But yeah, I'm really excited to start doing the lives again. That I really missed them.
I know our TikTok's been quite dire, really.
It has been really poor, isn't it? But there we go. Look, have a great week. And we'll see you at Southampton next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.